Now in this lecture we will consider the 2 degree of freedom system, and the system is a torsional system. You can see that we have considered a two rotor torsional system. You can see in this figure. In this there are two rotors of moment of inertia I1 and I2. For the smaller disc or the rotor, the moment of inertia we have considered I1. So this is the rotor 1, this is rotor 2, and for the rotor 2, which is bigger in size, having the moment of inertia I2. And this is, these two rotors are coupled by a shaft. Okay, you can see that these two rotors are coupled by a shaft, and the stiffness of this shaft is the KT. So the torsional stiffness of this shaft is the KT. The displacement of the two respective rotors, we have assumed it is for an instant it is theta 1 and theta 2. Since we are taking the displacement in the positive in clockwise direction, so if we will see from the left hand direction, from this direction, okay, so we will consider that the displacement in the positive clockwise direction is positive, in the clockwise direction is positive, and anti-clockwise direction is negative. So we have taken a reference position. So we will measure the this displacement, angular displacement, from this reference position. So from this reference position we are measuring. So we have measured the angular displacement theta 2 for the I2, means for the rotor 2 is this much, and angular displacement for the rotor 1 is theta 1, and represented here in this way. So I1 is the moment of inertia of rotor 1, I2 is the moment of inertia of rotor 2, and theta 1 and theta 2 are the angular displacement from a certain reference position. So one thing you should notice, that we are observing from this left hand direction. Okay, so it is very important point, means from where you are observing because it will decide that whether it will be a clockwise or anti-clockwise. If you will change the direction of view, so the direction of sense of rotation will change. Now for this problem, for this torsional system, we can write the differential equation. So for this, the differential equation how can we write? So as we know that for the simple torsional system, from the Newton's second law, we used to write as I theta double dot is equal to summation of all the torque, okay, in theta direction. It means if the torque, okay, which is applying is in the you can say positive theta direction, in which we have taken, like in this condition we have taken that clockwise is positive. So in that condition it will be taken as positive. If it is opposite in the direction, so it will be taken as negative. So for this condition, if we will write for the rotor 2, so we can write moment of inertia I2, and the displacement is theta 2 double dot is equal to how can we calculate this torque? So when this rotor, suppose this is a rotor I2, when this will rotate, so this shaft will try to resist it. Okay, so a resisting force means resisting torque. A torque will develop in this shaft which will be in opposite direction. Fine, means if this rotor is rotating in this direction, so this torque applied by this shaft, kind of resisting torque, will apply in the opposite direction. और कैसे निकाल सकते हैं resisting torque? तो हमको पता है KT क्या है, torsional stiffness. So if we will multiply the displacement in the torsional stiffness, so we will calculate this torque. So KT. Now what is the displacement? Now you have to see that for this shaft the displacement is not theta 2 or not theta 1. Now for this shaft the displacement is the theta 2 minus theta 1, because it moved theta 2, at the same time it moved theta 1, so the displacement is theta 2 minus theta 1, means this much. So KT would be theta 2 minus theta 1. Now in which direction? So it is in opposite direction, so it will be minus. Okay, fine. So similarly, if we will write for the this is for rotor 2, if we will write for the rotor 1, what would happen? I1 theta 1 double dot is equal to kt theta 2 minus theta 1. Now here it will be positive. Okay? With reference to this rotor 1, it would be positive. You have the idea how we take it positive or negative when we solve the question of a spring mass system in 2 degree of freedom system. Now we can solve this equation. So solving this equation, we can write I2 theta 2 double dot is equal to kt theta 2 minus plus kt theta 1. So we will write theta 2 one side and theta 1 one side and theta 2 another side. So it would be theta I2 theta 2 double dot plus kt theta 2 is equal to kt theta 1. So consider this is equation number 1. Now from this equation we can write I1 theta 1 double dot is equal to kt theta 2 minus kt theta 1. So for this I1 theta 1 double dot plus kt theta 1 is equal to kt theta 2. Now this is equation number 2. Now we can give the solution for this problem. If we want to calculate the principal mode of vibration, so we have to assume the solution. So we have assumed that the theta 1 is equal to beta 1 sin omega t and theta 2 is equal to beta 2 sin omega t. यहाँ देख सकते हैं कि frequency is same. हमको पता है for the 2 degree of freedom system there are 2 natural frequencies and at any instant out of 2 natural frequencies system will vibrate at any of 2 natural frequencies. So when we will differentiate it, so it would be theta 1 dot is equal to omega beta 1 cos omega t, or we can write theta 1 double dot, again differentiating theta 1 double dot, it would be minus omega square beta 1 and sin omega t. Similarly we can write theta 2 is equal to minus omega square beta 2 and sin omega t. Now we can put this value of theta 1 theta 2 theta 1 double dot theta 2 double dot in the previous equations which we have seen. So first equation we are taking I1 theta 1 double dot plus kt theta 1 is equal to kt theta 2. So putting the value, so I1 theta 1 double dot is equal to minus omega square beta 1 sin omega t plus kt theta 1, value of theta 1 beta 1 sin omega t is equal to kt, and the value of theta 2 is equal to beta 2 sin omega t. Now from here we can cancel out sin omega t, sin omega t, sin omega t. So we can write minus omega square I, okay, beta 1 plus kt beta 1 is equal to kt beta 2, or we can take beta 1 common, so it would be like minus I omega square plus kt beta 1 is equal to kt beta 2. So we can write as in the ratio of the displacement, angular displacement, beta 1 upon beta 2. इसको इस साइड लेके आ जाएंगे तो ये हो जाएगा kt डिवाइडेड बाय माइनस I, sorry, it is I1, it is I1, so I1 omega square, okay, and plus kt. So take this equation as equation number 3. Now again we will take the previous equation I2 theta 2 double dot plus kt theta 2 is equal to kt theta 1. So after putting the value, so we will get I2 theta 2 double dot can be written as minus omega square beta 2 sin omega t plus kt. Theta 2 can be written as beta 2 sin omega t is equal to kt, and theta 1 could be written as beta 1 sin omega t. So from here sin omega t, sin omega t, sin omega t cancel out. So we can write minus I2 omega square plus kt, taking beta 2 common. So beta 2 is equal to kt beta 1. So we can write in terms of displacement ratio like beta 1 beta 2 is equal to minus I2 omega square plus kt divided by kt. So take this equation number 4. Now we have to compare equation number we have to solve with the help of equation number 3rd and 4th, that is the displacement ratio. Okay, what was the equation number 3rd? That was the beta 1 upon beta 2 is equal to kt divided by minus I1 omega square, okay, plus kt. Fine. So we have to equate these two equations. So when we will equate these two equations, so we will have kt divided by minus I1 omega square plus kt is equal to, we can write minus I2 omega square plus kt divided by kt. Okay, so if you want to solve this equation so we have to cross multiply it. So after cross multiplication and solving this equation, we will get a frequency equation that is equal to omega square I1 I2 omega square minus kt j1 plus j2 and equal to 0. So in this form we can have the equation. After solving it, you can solve this equation and you will get this equation, that is the frequency equation. This is known as the frequency equation. So you can get frequency equation very easily. So from here you can see that if you will solve this omega square, so ultimately 1 omega square value of 1 omega natural frequency would be 0 when we will equate this term with the 0, and if we will compare this internal term, so it would be like omega square is equal to kt, it is I1 and I2. So kt I1 plus I2 divided by I1 into I2, or omega, say it is omega n2, so omega n2 can be calculated root over kt I1 plus I2 divided by I1 into I2. So there are two natural frequencies in this condition. So you can see that one of two natural frequency of this system is therefore 0. So the fact is, the further clarified, we can obtain the mode shapes. तो हम इससे जो है मोड शेप ऑब्टेन कर सकते हैं. और यू लुक इन दिस कंडीशन वी कैन ऑल्सो से दैट दिस सिस्टम विल ऑपरेट, दिस सिस्टम विल वाइब्रेट एट ओनली वन फ्रीक्वेंसी, दैट इज द ओमेगा n2, एंड द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस फ्रीक्वेंसी इज kt रूट अंडर kt I1 plus I2 upon I1 into I2, because omega n1 is 0. Okay, so system cannot vibrate at this frequency, so there is a single frequency. Fine. So now from here we can find the modes. तो मोड कैसे निकालेंगे? तो एज वी नो दैट किसी भी इक्वेशन बीटा 1 डिस्प्लेसमेंट रेशियो के किसी भी इक्वेशन में से हम क्या करेंगे, इन दोनों नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी को पुट करेंगे. सो इफ वी विल पुट द फर्स्ट नेचुरल फ्रीक्वेंसी, सो वी विल गेट द वैल्यू +1, एंड वी विल पुट any of beta 1 upon beta 2 equation, the value of omega is equal to omega n2, मीन्स इसमें अगर हम ओमेगा की वैल्यू ओमेगा n2 पुट कर दें तो हमको फिर क्या मिलेगा, वी विल गेट दी वैल्यू माइनस I2 upon I1. So you can solve it. Okay, it is very easy. What you have to do, you can take any of equation number 3rd, you can take this equation or this equation. first you put this value of omega n equal to 0. So if you will put the value of omega n equal to 0, so this would be kt by kt, so kt by kt cancel, so there would be 1. Then again you have to put the value of omega n2 is equal to this much in this equation, so you will get value minus I2 upon I1. Fine. So if we want to have the mode, okay, so as you can see the first mode, if we want to plot this mode, okay, so in this condition what would happen, since the displacement is positive, so this will be in, this is a reference line, you can make it in this way, because we can analyze this system in this way actually. So this is the beta 1 and this is the beta 2, and when you have to plot, this is the second condition, okay, this is the first mode, this is the first mode. If you will plot the second mode, how you can plot it, now it is I2 upon I1. Fine. Now from this equation you can see that there is a negative sign, so both will be in the opposite direction. So if I1 is, it is positive, this positive direction, okay, this beta 1 in this direction, so beta 2 will be in opposite direction. So if the beta 1 in this direction, so beta 2 will be this direction, and from this equation we can say that the beta 1 will be greater and beta 2 will be lesser, and we can join this equation, this line, this point. Now this distance will be known as the L1, and this distance will be known. So now as we understood that for the only mode in which the vibration are possible, the mode shape is given by this second equation. Fine. That is the omega n equal to root under kt I1 in a bracket I1 plus I2 divided by I1 into I2. And from the second mode which we have plotted right now, okay, this was the beta 1 and this is the beta 2, okay, since this whole length is L, so this length would be L1 and this is the L2. So we can have the a ratio, because this is a kind of very similar triangle, so L1 upon L2 can be written as the equal to J2 upon J1, or we can write L1 upon L1 plus L2, we can write in this way also. Sorry, this is I2 upon I1, so this can be also written as the I2 upon I1 plus I2. So from here you can calculate either L1, so it would be I2 divided by I1 plus I2 into L1 plus L2 in a bracket. So L1 is equal to, can be I2 upon I1 plus I2 into L1 plus L2 is what? So L1 plus L2 is nothing but the L, so this can be calculated L. Similarly L2 can be calculated, okay. So how you can calculate the L2? So we can write this equation as L1 plus L2 divided by L2 is equal to I2 plus I1 divided by I1. So we can write like L2 is equal to L1 plus L2, okay, into I1 and divided by I1 plus I2, or you can write the L2 is equal to this term I1, L1 plus L2 is equal to L and divided by this term I1 plus I2. Fine. So in this way you can calculate these length so that you can have the node point. So this is a node point. Finally, now one question is that when you will be solving a question on this topic, so how would you calculate the KT? आप KT कैसे calculate करेंगे? So as you know that the stiffness can be calculated as KT is equal to by T by theta, where T is torque, is equal to GI divided by GIP लिख सकते हैं या GJ लिख सकते हैं, J is polar moment of inertia divided by L. इस इक्वेशन की मदद से we can calculate the KT. Okay.